Hey guys, it's Miss Jasper. I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to Texas, run you through the PowerPoint, give you some examples, kind of let you know what it's all about so that you can write better paragraphs. So the Texas framework is an acronym that stands for topic sentence, explain/elaborate, example, analysis, and summary. This structure really helps you flesh out your paragraphs. It helps you make sure they're well developed. It gives you in-text evidence. It is a super, super great tool for writing really, really good paragraphs. So your topic sentence, the first sentence of your Texas paragraph, is your claim, or it tells you what your paragraph will be about. For my students, the first time we did a Texas paragraph, I had them write about who is the best musician of all time, because everybody has an opinion on that, right? So that was our example, and that's the example I'm going to be using as we move through this. So my example of a topic sentence is the best musician of the modern day is Hozier. So that's my claim, okay? When writing an essay, if this is my first body paragraph, then my topic sentence will reflect part of my thesis. E stands for explain or elaborate. So this is your next sentence, and this is where you explain anything that not everybody in the world would know what it meant. Okay, an example I have is the other day in class, I brought some breakfast and I brought kolaches. So I said, hey, everybody, I brought you kolaches. And a couple of people said, what are kolaches? Now, in my brain, I'm thinking everybody knows what a kolache is, right? But that's a very Texan saying, right? People from out of state call them pigs in a blanket. So if I'm writing my paragraph on kolaches and I talk about it in my topic sentence, then my E would go on to say like, kolaches are a breaded breakfast food, also known in some cultures as pigs in a blanket. So basically your E is you're clarifying and you're making sure we are all on the same page before we move into the meat of our paragraph. So my example, going back to the musician example, is Hozier, because not everybody knows who Hozier is an Irish musician and songwriter that broke onto the music scene in 2013 with his hit single, Take Me to Church, and has since blown up in the indie music scene. Notice I explained who he is, right? Now we're moving forward. We're about to get into the example, and we're all on the same page. Now, the example, I know it doesn't start with an X, but we are cheating a little bit there, is where you find an article or a source or a text in-text citation. If it's a personal narrative, you can use, or not a narrative, if it's a personal experience essay, you can use a personal experience. But for the most part, we want to keep it to sources, articles, studies, something with credibility to give you credibility in what you're talking about. So you're going to find something that backs up what you're saying. So going back to my music example, his impact on the music scene has been undeniable. In a 2014 article in Forbes magazine, Nick Massetti, longtime Hollywood contributor, praises the complex imagery in Hozier's music and the detailed lyrics in comparison to other modern-day artists. Okay, so I found an article of someone backing up my claim, and I paraphrased it. Okay, but even though I paraphrased it, I also put in 2014, so I said when it was published, article in Forbes magazine, so I said where it was published. Nick Massetti, I said who wrote it, who said it. Longtime Hollywood contributor, that's why you should trust him. And then I paraphrased, right? So by giving the date, where it was published, who wrote it, and why you should trust them, I've already established credibility here, right? If I'm writing this as an 18-year-old and I'm just giving my opinion, For the most part, there's no reason for people to trust me if I'm just some random 18-year-old, right? But if Nick Massetti, longtime Hollywood contributor for Forbes magazine, agrees with me, that gives me a little more weight to what I'm saying. Okay, so make sure you're saying when, where, who, and why I should trust them. Okay, so your X, once again, that's your source, an article, a study, something that gives you credibility. A is analysis. So once again, your X and your A are going to be the longest, bulkiest parts of your Texas paragraph, and they can be multiple sentences. Don't worry if you end up using multiple sentences on this one. So in your analysis, this is where you tell me why your example matters. Why do I care? Why'd you include it? What does this mean? What are the implications, right? So you don't actually have to say, well, the implications of this article are blank, or you should care about this article because blank. You don't have to say that, right? That's implied. So you've given me the article, you've paraphrased it, and now you're telling me why it matters. Going back to my music example, it is this lyrical complexity that put Hozier ahead in 2013 and has paved the way for more artists like Billie Eilish, who swept awards during the 2019 season, to include more melodramatic tones and lyrics in their songs. So, in my example, I talked about how he was using lyrics in ways that no one else was using at the time in 2013. So now for my A, why does that matter? Well, he kind of broke down some walls. He made it acceptable to use lyrics like that. And now that's kind of mainstream. People like Billie Eilish are winning all the awards. People love them, right? And now it's very popular. So my X was how he changed the music scene. And my A is why it changed. Okay? So it tells me why it matters. Why did I include Nick Massetti's opinion in this? This is why. And then your summary is going to be very short. It's a very quick little way to tie up your paragraph by tying it back to your topic sentence. Puts a little bow on it, makes it nice. You're done. Texas. So this is what my paragraph looks like all together. The best musician of the modern day is Hozier. Hozier is an Irish musician and songwriter that broke onto the music scene in 2013 with his hit single Take Me to Church, and has since blown up in the indie music scene. His impact on the genre has been undeniable. In a 2014 article in Forbes magazine, Nick Massetti, longtime Hollywood contributor, praises the complex imagery in Hozier's music and the detailed lyrics in comparison to other modern-day artists. It is this lyrical complexity that put Hozier ahead in 2013 and paved the way for artists like Billie Eilish, who swept awards during the 2019 season to include more melodramatic tones and lyrics in their songs. Taking lyrical genius into consideration, it is clear that Hozier was revolutionary and continues to influence indie rock today. When your teacher says, I want a well-developed paragraph, okay, this is what they're wanting, okay? They don't want 3 short sentences. This is a well-developed paragraph, okay? And when you're doing the in-text sourcing, that also gives you more credibility when you're writing college papers. So if you need anything else, okay, real quick. This is an example I gave my kids. It was a couple of years ago. I told them the first day to write me a paragraph just to see where they were. This was what they wrote. It was 118 words. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. It was really well written. Then I taught them Texas, and I had them write a very similar paragraph, and they ended up writing 205 words. Same amount of time, same student. Texas really pushes you to be able to expand your ideas, to give more development, and to write better paragraphs. So we've been using this. We're super excited about it. It helps eliminate repetition and rambling, which are huge problems when teenagers are writing. So if you have any questions about Texas, please come see me, go see your teacher, and we will help you. I hope this helped someone, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.